How you doing, everybody? My name is DOCTORSAMMY BAYA. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. The witchcraft trap you must avoid when praying using salt. That is the title of this video. So I'm going to give you a comprehensive explanation of the potential pitfalls and considerations when using salt in spiritual or ritual practices. You should understand salt in spiritual practices. You should understand salt in spiritual practices. Salt is often used in various spiritual traditions for purification and protection. Its use can range from cleansing spaces to enhancing prayers. However, it is crucial to approach this practice with a clear understanding to avoid falling into misleading or potentially harmful traps. Historically, salt has been a symbol of purity and preservation in many cultures. Its use in rituals often reflects a desire to cleanse or safeguard oneself from negative influences. This deep-rooted tradition can sometimes lead to misconceptions about its effectiveness and spiritual significance. Now, one common trap is over-relying on salt as a magical solution. While salt can be a powerful tool in rituals, believing that it alone can solve problems or protect you from all harm can lead to disappointment and neglect of other important spiritual practices. Salt's symbolic meaning can vary widely. In some traditions, it represents purification, while in others, it signifies preservation or even prosperity. Misunderstanding these symbols can lead to inappropriate or ineffective use in your spiritual practices. The effectiveness of salt in spiritual practices often hangs on the intention behind its use. Simply scattering salt without a focused intention or clear purpose can lead to ineffectual results or even unintended consequences. Each spiritual practice involving salt has its own set of guidelines and techniques. So ignoring these traditional methods and improvising without knowledge can dilute the power of your ritual or lead to adverse effects. Salt should not be viewed as a substitute for personal effort in addressing spiritual or emotional issues. While it can support and complement your practices, it cannot replace the need for personal growth and inner work. When using salt in rituals, combining it with contradictory elements or practices without understanding the interactions can lead to mixed results or confusion. Ensuring harmony in your ritual components is essential. Using salt with negative intentions, such as to harm others or invoke fear, can backfire and lead to unintended consequences for yourself. Salt should be used with a positive and constructive mindset. Ethical considerations are important in any spiritual practice. Using salt without regard for the ethical implications of your actions can lead to moral conflicts and spiritual imbalances. Salt can have different effects depending on the environment in which it is used. Understanding how salt interacts with various settings is crucial to avoid unintended physical or spiritual outcomes. Spiritual practices are deeply personal and often tied to specific beliefs and traditions. Using salt in a way that conflicts with your own spiritual framework can be ineffective or even counterproductive. Adding excessive complexity to rituals involving salt can lead to confusion and diminish their effectiveness. Simplicity and clarity in your approach often yield better results. Salt is just one of many elements used in spiritual practices. Ignoring the potential of other elements and focusing solely on salt can limit the effectiveness of your rituals. There is a risk of falling into superstitious thinking where salt is believed to possess inherent magical properties independent of the practitioner's intentions. This can detract from the more profound, intentional aspects of spiritual work. The purity of salt used in ritual matters. Salt that is chemically processed or impure may not carry the same spiritual significance or effectiveness as natural and refined salt. In some traditions, salt itself needs to be cleansed or charged before use. Using salt without this preparatory step can reduce its effectiveness or introduce unwanted energies. Inconsistent use of salt in your spiritual practices can lead to erratic results. Consistency and dedication are key to harnessing its full potential. If the use of salt in your rituals does not align with your overarching spiritual goals, it can create conflicts or disrupt your progress. Ensure that every practice supports your broader intentions. Believing that salt will work the same way for every issue or situation is a common mistake. Each scenario may require a tailored approach, and salt is just one of many tools available. Salt is often used alongside other purification methods. Relying solely on salt while neglecting other practices can lead to incomplete purification or protection. Excessive use of salt can have unintended consequences, both physically and spiritually. Moderation and appropriate amounts are key to effective practice. Different cultures and traditions have specific ways of using salt. Ignoring these cultural nuances can lead to misapplication or disrespect. Salt is a potent element and its power should be respected. Treating it casually or with disrespect can undermine the seriousness of your rituals. Reckless use of salt, such as spreading it haphazardly or without proper ritual context, can lead to confusion and ineffective outcomes. While salt has physical properties, its spiritual significance often lies beyond the physical realm. Focusing too much on the physical aspects can detract from its spiritual effectiveness. If unsure about how to properly use salt in your practices, seeking guidance from experienced practitioners or spiritual advisors can provide valuable insights and prevent common mistakes. The timing of rituals involving salt can be important. Performing rituals at inappropriate times or during unfavorable conditions can affect their outcomes. While traditions and guidelines are important, personal intuition plays a significant role in spiritual practices. Ignoring your own instincts and feelings about the use of salt can lead to misalignment in your rituals. Balancing salt with other practices is very key. Salt should be used as part of a balanced spiritual practice that includes various tools and methods. Overemphasizing salt can overshadow other important aspects of your spiritual journey. By understanding and avoiding these common pitfalls, you can more effectively incorporate salt into your spiritual practices, ensuring that it serves as a positive and empowering tool in your rituals and prayers. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you.